Michael, what are you complaining about? It's a good thing, man. You're gaining a new partner.
Yeah, but what kind of a partner? With my luck, they'll probably stick me with a police dog.
And what's wrong working with a dog?
You ever seen one fill out an arrest report?
They got lousy handwriting.
That's not the handwriting. It's just that you two can't read.
You know, you might end up with a beautiful lady from the academy.
I'd go for that.
What's the matter with the partner you already got?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it gets a little tiring with the same old pretty face day in, day out.
You mean that old Spokane up a tree in 2.5-second story is getting a little old, huh?
Pew!
You guys got something against my hometown?
They exported you.
Come on, let's go see my new partner.
Welcome to the 17th Precinct, young man. Your father and I were partners in what we jokingly refer to as the good old days.
You're lucky to have this boy of mine, Eddie. Hap has it in him to be a first-rate cop.
Well, I was just reading his records here from the police academy.
Oh, so he graduated last in his class. So what? Like father, like son. Hap's gonna make it in the field. A real tiger. Right, son?
Dawson, I believe I have a special assignment for you, so why don't you go to the muster room? We're going to have briefing in about 5 minutes.
Hey, how about that? First day and you're on special assignment. Give 'em hell out there, boy. Let 'em know there's another Dawson back on the streets. How about that boy, Eddie?
Lucas, there's a lot more to the academy than paperwork. Now, if your son has a problem...
Relax, Eddie. With you behind him, he's gonna be #1.
If you think I'm going to coddle him, you can forget it. I don't play favorites. My ex-partner's son notwithstanding.
I know, Eddie, I know. But, Eddie, ever since I lost my leg, I lived for this day.
For those of you who may not have read the paper or watched the news, let me say this. Virgil Nash is an accountant. He is also the key figure in a multi-million-dollar investment swindle, and he is due to be extradited to St. Louis today.
Lieutenant, there's a rumor that Nash might turn state's evidence and blow the case wide open.
Well, that is no rumor, Webster. It's true. The FBI confirmed it this morning, and they have also informed Mr. Nash that he has been set up for a hit. Someone does not want him to testify. They do want him dead. This is Wolf Burdette. He is considered by the FBI to be the man most likely to attempt the assassination of Virgil Nash.
It figures he's the top hitman in the country.
And he is also the smartest. He has been arrested in connection with a dozen or more assassinations, and he has never once, I repeat that, gentlemen, he has never once been convicted.
Any idea where he plans on making the hit?
We would have to conclude either one of two places, here at the airport when he boards the plane, or in St. Louis as he disembarks. Our job is to provide airport backup for the FBI. Once the plane is airborne, our job is done.
I don't like it. This is an outrageous sum to pay for a hit.
The #1 man in any field is always expensive, Mr. Vaughn. Why don't you deduct me? The IRS would understand.
50,000 now. The remaining 50 when Virgil Nash is dead.
What do you suppose prevents me from taking it all right now? Relax, Emile. I'm a businessman, more or less like yourself. I never violate a contract, and I never miss. That's what you're paying for.
Sure appreciate you letting me drive.
Hey, you had to get checked out.
Mike, I hope you don't mind getting saddled with a partner like me.
What are you talking about?
In case you haven't heard, I graduated last in my class from the academy.
Somebody had to be last.
I just want you to know that I'm going to work really hard to make you a good partner.
I'm sure you will. Just keep a positive attitude.
You know, a partner's important. You got to trust him sometime with your life.
I trust you, Hap.
You know, Custer, he was last in his class, but he became a general.
Hap, I need to talk to you about your choice of heroes.
Personnel told me to report here.
Williams? I don't think I saw any Williams on the board. Let me take another look. Sure.
Good to see you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, likewise. Gentlemen, this is Special Agent Morrison of the FBI.
Nash will be here any minute. My men are covering all entrances and exits with the exception of two. The gate you came through and this area over here.
And you want us to bottle them up?
Tight as a drum. Certain airport employees will be working this general area, but don't hesitate to ask for ID tags if in doubt. Appreciate your help.
Webster, you and Owens keep an eye on that ramp right there. Danko, why don't you and Dawson just keep an eye on this area right here? Right up here.
So how you liking your first day of hand-to-hand combat?
Well, it might seem a little dull to you, but I like being out here in the fresh air. Mike, you think we'll see any action today?
I don't know. Why, you anxious to get your feet wet?
No, not me. Look, have you ever shot anybody?
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be telling you, but partners have a right to know. I'm not sure I could shoot.
That's good.
What do you mean, good?
I mean, that's good. Nobody knows how they're going to react until it happens.
You were the same way?
Of course it was. Don't sweat it, Hap. You know?
Well, thanks for understanding. Listen, is it okay if I take a walk down the line, sort of check things out?
That's what we're here for.
Okay. Clumsy, that's me. Been working on the runway light. You know that electrician, Mr. Williams? Yeah. It's important work. Planes couldn't land here at night without you guys on the job.
I suppose so. Keep us jumping. Excuse me, I gotta go.
Burdette. Got one of Hap's bullets.
I'll get an ambulance.
Lieutenant.
Who said crime doesn't pay? Mr. Burdette, I thought I'd never see the day.
Good work, Hap.
You're a real VIP. Top hitman. Wow. Rookie cop captured. You were busted by a first-day rookie? Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry.
You're not half as sorry as that boy hero's gonna be.
You're not thinking about snuffing no cop, are you?
I'm not thinking of anything else.
I have arranged this informal gathering to relay to you the commissioner's gratitude for the work that you did in capturing Wolf Burdette. He was quite impressed. So, congratulations, Dawson, for a job well done.
Thank you, sir.
What'd I tell you, Eddie? 80-some Tiger?
I must admit, his beginning was most auspicious.
And you're the guy that didn't think you could pull the trigger, right?
Mike, I tried to tell you.
What about Burdette's interrogation? Did he cop out to who hired him?
Negative, but the picture should clear up soon because Virgil Nash is testifying right now in St. Louis.
Son, you made your father a very proud man.
I told you it was just dumb luck.
Hey, how about that? Modesty. Hard to come by these days, huh?
Pop, will you please listen?
Well, sure, son. What is it?
Mike and me, we have to get back on patrol, so...
How about that, Eddie? He can't wait to get back in action, huh?
Chin up, Mr. Burdette, please. Thank you.
How's he doing, Mrs. Danko?
Well, he looks to be in pretty good shape. If you'll send the paperwork over, I think we can certify him for immediate transfer to county jail ward this afternoon.
You'll have it right after lunch.
Ah, it's already lunch? You'll have to excuse me. I've got a hot date for a cold lunch with Mike this afternoon.
Feeding your husband hospital food? That's no way to treat a cop. Tough enough on the streets without eating in Tomaine Alley.
Thanks a lot.
Have a nice lunch. Mike needs his stomach pumped.
3rd floor. Right. Thank you.
Mrs. Danko is married to a cop.
Even cops need love.
I need it for something a lot more important.
Like what?
Take a guess.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, don't tell me.
I want to tell you, Milo. I want you to help me.
No, man.
Come on, Milo. I need you.
All right. Okay. Anything you say. Let go. Please.
Good, Milo. I knew you'd see it my way.
Well, it's really a pleasure to meet you, Hap. From everything I've heard, you're really quite a hero.
Would you mind if we talked about something else?
Not at all. I understand.
No, you don't really, but thanks for trying.
Mike told me that your father and Lieutenant Riker were partners.
Mm-hmm. Until my dad took one in his hip during a shootout. It cost him his leg.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How did it happen?
Pop went gunning for 2 suspects in a warehouse without waiting for his backup.
Sounds like your father was really gung-ho.
Yeah.
It's a tough image to live up to.
You don't know the half of it.
Hey, wait a minute. Sounds like a man who's not happy in his work.
Pop's happy in my work. He's wanted me to be a cop since day one.
Well, what do you want?
The Forest Service. I had my appointment and everything. I better start at the beginning. You see, my mom couldn't take being married to a 24-hour-a-day cop, so way before he lost his leg, she divorced him.
So you were raised by your mother?
On my grandfather's ranch in the Sierras.
Wow.
Oh, I loved it. I really got myself hung up on that outdoor scene. And when Mom died, Pop wanted me back, and I went to live with him while I studied for the Forest Service.
Oh, wait a minute. If you already had your forestry appointment, how did you end up here?
Beats me. I mean, there I was, all signed up as a forest ranger, and the next thing I knew, I was at the police academy. It's hard to say no to Pop. He just doesn't... So I gave the academy a try. Almost didn't make that last in my class. Pop nearly died of shame.
He wasn't dying of shame today. I've never seen a prouder man.
Mrs. Danko, report to the jail ward immediately.
See? No rest for the weary. Well, if you can have the Jell-O, skip the sandwich. You don't need the calories. Don't get up. Don't get up. See you later, sweetheart.
Okay, baby.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
You want half of this?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
It's Burdette. He collapsed on the floor. Said he was dizzy and lost his balance.
Where's Dr. Reed?
An emergency with the red blanket. Burdette claims he hit his head on the ground when Dawson jumped him. Nissen says he's been nauseous since last night.
Is that true?
Yeah, I wanted to report it, but he wouldn't let me.
Why not, Mr. Burdette?
Leave me alone. He's another hard-nosed, Mrs. Danko. Too macho to accept help.
Well, we never took head x-rays. It could be a concussion. Could you get me a wheelchair, please, Mr. Ballone, and give Dr. Porter a call and ask him to meet us in radiology?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have one.
I hate people who lie to me. All right. And before you walk me out of that parking lot, there's something that you ought to know. I promised myself a long time ago that they would never take me alive. What happened yesterday was a fluke. There'll be no more flukes, Mrs. Danko. Even if that means that I have to take you with me. Which one?
There.
That's my car. It's Burdette. He's got Jill. Come on. Go! Go!
Ludlow 7 to control. We are in pursuit.
Units on 4, standby. Ludlow 7 is in pursuit. What is your location, 7?
Westbound on Deering, near Galt. We are in pursuit of a 75 silver blue Ford Granada. License number 592 Ida Mary Williams. Wanted for a 207.
Roger, Ludlow 7.
We've just passed Kendrick. We're entering the park.
Control, roger. Southbound on Kendrick, approaching the park.
Mike, we're coming your way from the opposite direction.
There was a squirrel in the road.
You've got to be kidding.
I wish I were.
It was a reflex action, sir. I hit the brakes so I wouldn't kill that squirrel, and the whole thing's my fault.
Look, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. The fact remains, Lieutenant, that Jill has been kidnapped by Wolf
At
Burdette.
ease, Danko, please. I know your wife's situation, and I know that this department, the FBI, are doing everything in their power to try to locate her.
Lieutenant, they've located Mike's car at the airport.
Where's Jill?
Gone. Burdette, too.
Someone call the airlines and check the outgoing flights?
Chris is doing it.
I want to know how a man with no money and wearing a hospital robe could get on an airplane.
Doty's got a gun. Maybe he stole what he needed.
We'd have had a report on that by now.
I think he's still in town. I think he went back to the airport and traded my car for his.
Where do you think he'd go, Mike?
I don't know where he'd go.
Danko and Dawson, will you take a seat on the bench outside?
What for, Lieutenant?
For as long as I want you to. Wish I were a preacher or a shrink or something. I could make Danko feel better. Give me all available information on Wolf Burdette and Virgil Nash.
You got a lead?
No, Officer Webster. I'm looking for one.
I like your hair a lot better. Less like a nurse. What color your uniform?
Why can't you just leave me here?
You're my ticket out of town, Mrs. Danko. First thing I have to do is get a little traveling money and then kill that cop.
What cop?
The kid. Dawson. I have to, Mrs. Danko. It's a matter of reputation. That little boy made a joke out of Wolf Burdette. You see, a long time ago, I was a kid myself, and I made up a name. Wolf Burdette. I did that. I made that up myself. And I also made up my mind that I was going to be number one. Now, that takes a long time, a lot of work. You start out by doing panty-ante jobs for scum, and you do that, and you do that, and you keep doing that until gradually something opens up. You get your first important hit. Perfection, Mrs. Danko. That's what they buy. You give them a perfect job, word gets around. You blow it just once, you're finished.
Sound more like a doctor or a lawyer than...
Paid killer? Don't be afraid to say it. Assassination is a profession. It's not a business. It's a profession. Dawson ended my life. Now I'm going to end his. Let's go.
You wanted to see me, sir?
In comparing these two seemingly unrelated files, Nash's and Burdette's, I see that they have one thing in common, a name, Emil Vaughn. It seems that Burdette carried out a hit for Vaughn about 3 years ago right here in the city.
Who's Emil Vaughn?
Virgil Nash's brother-in-law.
You figure that Vaughn's part of the investment swindle?
Could be. Could also be that Vaughn hired Burdette to keep Nash from talking when he got to St. Louis. But figuring and proving are two different things.
What's the FBI say?
The FBI has had, quote, conversations, unquote, with Mr. Vaughn, and that's about the size of it.
You want to bring him in?
We can't do that because we haven't got a charge, but there's nothing to keep us from taking the mountain to Mohammed.
Mohammed's got an address?
The Adler building. It's not much of a lead, but it's something. It's the only thing we have to link Burdette and Vaughn.
Sir.
What kind of a shop are you running here, Eddie? Keeping two of your best men on the bench.
Not now, Lucas, please. I'm assigning you two gentlemen to inside detail. I want you to relieve Franklin and Beardsley in the property room.
Lieutenant.
Danko, I know about your wife. That's why I'm pulling you off the street. You can inventory the place in there. That'll take your mind off all this.
Look, sir.
Overruled.
Hey, wait a minute, Eddie. You can't punish Hap just because some dumb animal happened to...
Pa, please, don't.
It's all right, son. Come on, Eddie. The kid made a mistake. He's just starting out.
I'm putting him in there for his own protection. Burdette's hospital roommate claims that Burdette is out to kill your son. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Come on, Hap. Now, I don't want to have to kill you, Mrs. Danko. I I kill only for hire or if somebody crosses me. I have got no reason to waste you. Yet. Now don't give me one.
I don't understand you. I don't understand you at all. Bringing that girl here is just crazy.
Emil, stop avoiding the subject.
We paid you $50,000.
Told you that money was confiscated at the airport.
You blew your assignment, Burdette. That brother-in-law of mine is singing his head off in St. Louis.
Now you're heading for the high ground.
The higher, the better.
The money, Emil, last call.
It would be a mistake to pick that up, Burdette.
Is that a threat, Emil?
Read it any way you like. The empire may be crumbling, but the foundation's still intact.
Foundations are not forever, Emil.
Mind a question, Lieutenant?
What's that?
How come you let Lucas Dawson hang around the precinct?
You're right, Webster. I just can't stand the thought of hurting his feelings.
Attention, Ludlow 2. I have a possible 187 at 1100 Oak Boulevard. Handle code 3.
That's the Adler building. Hit it, Webster.
His name's Emil Vaughn. Gunshot wound, DOA. She found the body.
Did you question her?
Enough to know that Vaughn's last visitors were a male and a female. The female was wearing a man's trench coat over a nurse's uniform.
Well, that would be Jill and Burdette. How long ago was that?
10, 15 minutes.
You might as well have said a lifetime.
Here, let me help you.
No, I got it.
Mike, I'm really sorry about Jill. I'd do anything to help her, honest.
I know you're sorry, Hap. I just need some space, okay?
Property, Dawson.
Hello, kid. It's Wolf Burdette. Switchboard operator tells me that you're drawing inside duty. What's the matter? You scared?
No. What I mean is, how is she?
No, she's fine. Temporarily, she's fine. I don't want her. I want you. So unless you do exactly as I say, she dies. You get it?
I got it. All right.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Look a funny shade of green.
Oh, no, that's okay. Look, I'll be back in a couple of minutes, all right? He said, if I don't come up the back way alone, he's gonna kill Mrs. Danko. Pop, what do I do?
Burdette didn't give you much choice.
You're right. I've got to tell Lieutenant Riker.
Riker's not here. And Burdette did say to come alone. Look, if you blow the whistle, there'll be an army of cops surrounding the place. And that means that Mrs. Danko is as good as dead.
Yeah. I can't let Burdette kill her, can I, Pop?
Well, you did capture him once.
Vaughn is dead. Our options are diminishing.
I didn't know we had any options left.
We have one good one. Burdette would give anything to get his hands on Dawson.
You mean use Hap as a decoy?
Only if he volunteers. I'm not going to order him to do it.
Okay, and if he does, how do we contact Burdette?
The news media. Here comes Lucas. Where's Dawson?
I don't know. He left 10 minutes ago. Didn't say where he was going.
If you're looking for Hap, he's going to bring in Wolf Burdette.
I hope I misunderstood you.
Look, Burdette telephoned Hap and threatened to kill Mrs. Danko if Hap wouldn't meet him alone.
And you let him go?
No one has to let a Dawson do his duty. He lost Burdette. He'll bring him in. Come on, Eddie. Hap's just like me.
The hell he is. No one's like you. You're from another age. You were born 100 years too late. And for the last 12 years of your life, you've been trying to justify those shoot-'em-up cowboy antics that lost you your leg.
I was just doing my duty.
You were doing the Lone Ranger. You were too brass-gutted to wait for your own backup, and you were going after some punk with a zip gun. Your son is going after a professional killer. I think you've just sentenced him to his death.
That's a lie. That's a dirty lie.
Where is he?
Come on, Mr. Dawson.
A location, for God's sake, man. Give us a location.
The observatory.
Older, this is Riker. Tell communications I want all available units at the observatory, and when you get Yates down here in the property room... Observatory Road. I want units 11 and 14 to approach the observatory from the west on Canyon Road.
Ludlow 11 to 12, roger. Canyon Road from the west.
Ludlow 14 to 12, roger. 10-4 now.
Positive thinking might help Danko. He's taking Jill as a hostage, but I think he'll release her.
But in exchange for Hap, I may have been responsible for Hap's decision, Lieutenant. He wanted to talk to me. I just wasn't ready to listen to him.
That's too bad. He's a bright, sensitive kid. He would have made a good cop. Now all he is just some other young fella trying to look like a hot dog.
All right, punk, where are you?
Unless you show yourself now, I'm gonna kill Mrs. Danko. You hear me? Here I am, Burdette! Throw out your gun! Throw out my gun? You said this was between us. That you'd let Miss Danko go if I came up alone. Cops are crawling all over these hills. You call that alone? Throw out your gun! Say goodbye to her, Dawson.
No.
You send Mrs. Danko down, and I'll come up. Burdette!
I think Jill is up there with him. Can you keep a cool head?
You got it.
Webster, you and Owens take that side. We'll go up this side. Come on.
Stand back, get away from me. All right, jump. All of you.
Hey, come on, get down from there. Let us help you.
You're not gonna take me alive. Lock me up with a lot of vermin and scum of the earth ex-cons who are too stupid to make it on the outside.
Be realistic, Burdette. Take a good look at yourself. Right now, you're nothing.
Wrong. I am Wolf Burdette. I command your respect.
Come on, the only way out is past us.
No. In this life, in this world, we have choice. We have options. You can choose the way you live, and who and what you are, and when everything that you have worked for vanishes, all of it, you can even choose the way that you are going to die.
Burdette! You okay?
Owens, you get an ambulance and a coroner's wagon up here. Webster, you go down and take care of Dawson.
You okay? Oh, baby.
I would like to propose a toast. I mean it. To the brave men of the SCPD who saved my life.
And mine.
So, Hap, what does the doctor say about the leg?
No bones broken. Should be as good as new in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing that bullet didn't hit higher up. One lame duck cop in the family's enough. He'll be ready for action soon, Eddie.
Whoa, Pop. There's something you should know. I turned in my badge today.
That's right, Lucas.
Well, how could he?
I'm going back to the mountains and take that job as a forest ranger.
Oh, wait a minute, son. We haven't had a chance to talk things over, to reason things out like we used to.
I know. Isn't it great? The decision was all mine. And you're all invited to come up and go fishing any time. You too, Pop.
You see that? All these years you thought you had a tiger for a son? He's Smokey the Bear.